John Gibson. Welcome to WNIN's Local Election 2020 coverage. Thank you for joining us to learn more about the candidates for local offices and their positions on the issues. Each candidate for the local Indiana State House races was invited to provide a 5-minute presentation for this program. WNIN provides free airtime for candidates who do not charge for airtime. In order to limit interactions this year, some candidates chose to be recorded in our studio with adequate distancing. The other candidates provided videos that were produced by outside sources. These videos include the necessary disclaimer stating that the production was funded by their campaign. Their campaigns did not provide funding to WNIN for airtime or production. The order of appearance of the candidates was determined by draw. First up are the candidates for Indiana State House District 75. Both statements were provided by the candidates.
Hello, my name is Cindy Ledbetter and I am running for State Representative, House District 75 in Indiana. House District 75 includes most of Warwick County, southwestern Spencer County, and southern Pike County. It seems the number one question people ask me is, why are you running for office? I am running for office as I truly want to be a voice for the people, most specifically the middle class. I was elected to the Warwick County Council in 2018 and I have enjoyed my time serving. Running for the House District 75 seat gives me a chance to make a difference on a larger scale. My campaign is focused on 4 issues: education, economic development, agriculture, and mental health. Regarding education, I believe that the money should follow the child, that complex issues such as poverty and special education should receive additional resources, and that schools should be rewarded for their positive outcomes. When it comes to our education dollars, even though I agree that the money should follow the child, I do not agree with the state providing financial bailouts to struggling charter schools. I believe we need to work towards providing stability to our state's education model. We need to improve the education system we have, not try to create a new one. As it relates to economic development, our main barrier to improving our economy outside of COVID-19 is workforce. Fortunately, the Indiana Strategic Workforce Plan not only provides opportunities for our region to strengthen our labor pool, but it will provide opportunities for those workers who have been displaced as a result of the pandemic. This plan is dedicated to upskilling current workers and focusing on target populations such as ex-offenders, foster youth, single parents, and dislocated workers. It is not only about improving Indiana's workforce, it is also about giving those Hoosiers who need it a hand up. Many rural areas and small towns in Indiana are seeing a decline in economic opportunity, a loss of population, and an increase in poverty levels. While researching economic data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis for House District 75, Spencer County had a 6% loss to their GDP, Pike County had a 15% loss, and Warwick County had a 2.5% gain. According to this data, Warwick County is the only county in southwestern Indiana that has shown an increase in GDP. While this may seem positive for Warwick County, this growth is not coming from outside of our economic development region. The population is merely shifting into Warwick County, so when looking at District 75 as a whole, the growth is actually stagnant. The data also provided that agriculture has been in a slow, steady decline since 2002. So there is a need to create programs that support economic development while protecting agriculture. Supporting agriculture involves improving infrastructure, securing property rights, and protecting the small farmer. I will promote legislation that is a benefit to the advancement of our farming industry, as well as our rural communities, and I will work to ensure drainage legislation is addressed and property rights are protected. And finally, mental health. Indiana must continue to fight the drug epidemic. The effects of substance abuse are tragic and costly. In addition, it is time to stop using jails and prisons as default mental health facilities. Indiana must invest in community-based treatment options that will help to keep people with mental illness out of our jails. To provide you with some information on my background, I currently work as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I have a private practice which allows me to schedule my hours around my public service obligations. I have over 22 years of medical experience, which is combined with 28 years of business ownership and administrative experience. I have managed both for-profit and not-for-profit businesses. I have worked in retail management and have owned and operated a daycare, a restaurant, and a small manufacturing firm. I have experience in both writing and receiving paychecks. I understand the challenges of the small business owner, the large corporation, and the consumer. On a personal level, I grew up very poor. I have been on my own since the age of 15. I have been a single parent and I have benefited from government services such as food stamps, a Pell Grant helped to pay for my college tuition, a government program even co-signed the note on the first home I bought. I was able to overcome adversity with a helping hand up. Now I am passionate about being able to give back. I want to take both my personal history and my business knowledge of what has prospered Warwick County, issues such as quality of life and innovation, as well as my business ownership, management, and healthcare background, and put it to work for you at a state level. I'm a very dedicated hard worker who wants to bring positive change to our region. I'm a fiscal conservative. I support the building trades unions as they are a strong support of our middle class. I am pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, and pro-middle class, and I would appreciate your vote in the upcoming election. Thank you.
I am John Hurley, and I am your Democratic candidate for State Representative of Indiana's 75th District, representing portions of Warwick, Spencer, and Pike counties. I am an 11th year career and technical educator, member of Indiana State Teachers Association, member of Indiana Farm Bureau, and lifetime member of the National Rifle Association. Raised on a farm in Spencer County, I'm a lifelong resident of the district. Candidates for any office must be able to describe why they are seeking office. Only individuals who can clearly state their reasoning should be considered viable. To that end, I offer this. I'm running to support public education that serves all students. I'm running to protect the working families across this state. I'm running to defend our constitutional rights, all of them for everyone. Hoosiers deserve broadband to every last mile, agricultural progress and economic growth, adequately funded public schools, worker representation, living wage opportunities, fairly drawn districts, and safe working conditions. All Hoosiers deserve a fair opportunity for the American dream. This is a campaign built on issues, and while I wish they were handled locally, the issues on which I am running are handled at the State House. I am the candidate who will represent your interest in the legislature, not a political action committee, not a party, not a special interest group. I am running on the issues I will promote as your state representative, not divisive political rhetoric. I have been endorsed or supported by many organizations representing constituents in this area, including the Indiana State Teachers Association, Southern Indiana Area Labor Federation, and the Indiana Fraternal Order of Police. A political moderate, I'm the candidate best suited to take back the State House for all Hoosiers. Again, I am John Hurley, and I am your Democratic candidate for State Representative of Indiana's 75th District. You have just witnessed a good deal of my background, qualifications, experience, and reasons for seeking office. However, none of that matters if a candidate is not willing to file legislation on matters that are impacting Hoosiers on a daily basis. Therefore, I plan to file or actively support legislation on the following issues: ensuring Indiana properly allocates federal dollars provided under the CARES Act, prioritizing support for traditional public schools and reducing standardized testing where possible, expanding affordable, reliable broadband internet coverage to every last mile, ensuring a fair and proper redistricting process, preventing wage theft and misclassification of workers, and reevaluating the extent of the governor's executive power. These are bold objectives that will require bipartisan support to move forward. I am prepared, competent, and able to provide the leadership and make progress on issues that impact all Hoosiers. Agree or disagree, you now know my reasoning, my priorities, and my willingness to do something to improve the lives of Hoosiers. I ask for your vote on or before November 3rd. Together, we can make Indiana a state with strong schools, strong communities, and strong citizens.
John Hurley is your Democratic candidate for State Representative of Indiana's 75th District. John Hurley is a career and technical educator who will fight for our Indiana students. An active member of his teachers union, John Hurley will protect working class Hoosiers. As a member of Indiana State Teachers Association, National Rifle Association, and Indiana Farm Bureau, John Hurley will defend our constitutional rights. On the November 3rd, 2020 election, vote John Hurley for state representative.
Now we'll be hearing from the candidates for Indiana State House District 76. Once again, both statements were provided by the candidates. House District 76 includes most of Posey County and a section of Vanderburgh County.
Hello, I'm State Representative Wendy McNamara. I proudly serve House District 76, which encompasses the majority of Posey County and portions of Vanderburgh County, including the West Side, North Park, and German Township. One of the reasons I was first prompted to run for office is because I felt our area had been forgotten. I am proud to say that 10 years later, because of the policies that I have supported, our region is on the map and is a model for other communities. This year marks my 26th year in education. I have been recognized statewide as a leader in school safety and around my work for career and technical education. Clearly, educating during the pandemic has not been without its challenges. I have spoken with administrators and teachers in both Posey and Vanderburgh counties who have been quick to adjust and pivot to these stressful times. I am proud of the response my teachers and students have had to these challenges. Thank you to educators everywhere who have met these difficult times with grace and the same determination to create a meaningful educational experience for your students. The United States of America was founded upon the principles of liberty, justice, and rule of law. Across our country and in our community, officers wake up each day to assure our public safety and preserve and protect our essential liberties. I support our law enforcement and all those who put themselves in harm's way each day so that we can be free. Thank you to all members of the law enforcement community for your service. I have been endorsed by the Indiana State Police Alliance and the Indiana Fraternal Order of Police. I will not defund our police, and I will seek legislation to address unlawful rioting and the destruction of our cities. I have authored many laws that support and protect law enforcement, from the Blue Alert program to tactical emergency medicine to most recently this past session, providing officers and first responders protections from distracted drivers. Thank you to our first responders and those on the front lines. I am proud to receive the endorsement of the Indiana Professional Firefighters Union and Local Union 357. I have authored laws for veterans and military families. Additionally, I'm very involved in youth and juvenile justice issues, where I am recognized as a leader in the state, advocating for youth who find themselves in foster care, victims of human trafficking, or the juvenile justice system. Indiana is the envy of the Midwest and nation when it comes to our business climate and opportunities for growth. Indiana is #1 in the Midwest and 5th in the nation as a best state to do business with. Indiana ranks 1st in the nation for infrastructure and 4th in the nation for business friendliness, as well as the cost of doing business. We are 1st in the Midwest for business climate. These rankings are the result of strong fiscal discipline and pro-business policies that I have supported while I've been in office. What does that mean for the average Hoosier? Record low unemployment, a great environment for doing the cost of business that results in Hoosiers saving money, more jobs coming to and being created in Indiana. I have been endorsed by the Indiana Manufacturers Association, the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, and NFIB Small Business Association. I have a strong pro-life record, earning me the endorsement of Indiana Right to Life. I have an A rating with the National Rifle Association and have also been endorsed by Indiana Farm Bureau Ag Elect. Last week, one of my seniors pulled me aside to tell me she was registered to vote for the first time. She went on to tell me that she admires my dedication to students and appreciates that I'm a real and genuine person who cares deeply about them and about my community. I am humbled that she chose to tell me this and appreciative that she recognizes how much I care about this community and my service to it. It's been rewarding to see Posey and Vanderburgh County grow while I've been in office. It is amazing to travel through both counties, seeing the growth directly tied to the legislation I have authored and supported. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and for the opportunity to make a difference for all Hoosiers. I would sincerely appreciate your vote during the general election of 2020.
I am Steve Folz and I am running for House District 76. I have lived in Southwest Indiana all my life and have worked in the construction industry for 42 years. I was raised in a home with simple values and hard work. For over 25 years, I have spent my career helping working families to improve wages, healthcare, pensions, and safe working conditions. I support properly funding our public schools so our children have a safe environment where they can focus on their education and not worry about becoming ill from a virus or injured from violence. We need well-compensated teachers, so our public schools should not be a training ground for private vouchers or charter schools. My life experiences have taught me solid problem-solving skills and how to overcome obstacles leading to success personally and in business. It is time for reconstruction. We have drug problems in the tri-state, and one of my goals is to assess, help, and try to reduce the problems of the drug abuse and the child abuse in our communities. Indiana is highly ranked nationally in drug abuse and child abuse. We can do better than that. We need a plan. When the jails keep rotating by arresting the same reoffenders, we have to address the drug problems. And when we do, it also addresses the child abuse problems. It goes hand in hand. We need more social workers helping people with the drug problems. Also, we need infrastructure improvements. Southwest Indiana has been put on the back burner far too long for real infrastructure projects. Extending a turn lane at Rosenberger on Evansville's west side is a Band-Aid. As your state legislator, I will push a bill that will help fund the West Side Lloyd Expressway project. We need to elevate the Lloyd Expressway with exit ramps, new drainage for surrounding businesses, and underpasses for farm equipment from Wabash Avenue past USI to the County Line Road. We must widen to 3 lanes all the way to Mount Vernon. West Side Lloyd Expressway has had many accidents, serious injuries, and deaths along that short stretch. We are 10 years overdue for the project, and it's time Southwest Indiana residents' voices are heard. According to an Indy Star article, Indiana Public Schools graduation rates have fallen in 2019 to 87.29%. According to the Indiana Department of Education, this is the 5th straight year that Indiana schools have slipped. We have gone too long without properly funding our public schools, and our children are suffering as a result. Indiana public schools must be the major focus in the 2021 legislative session to help the schools over the coronavirus costs and other related expenses. We must also focus on the funding mechanism so that our schools will not fall short again. I will address the problem with teachers' pay to get them in line with the neighboring states for the skills that they are bringing to the school and helping our children get the best education available. While Mount Vernon Public School Corporation is receiving an A grade, EVSC is receiving a C grade. We can do better than this. This is no reflection on the quality of the teachers or the staff of the EVSC. This is strictly a funding problem for the number of children attending the EVSC system. We can do better than that. In regard to the Sunday Courier and Press, I am not 71 years old. I am a young and healthy 63-year-old retired man. With that said, you have failed to cover the work that I have done during my 43-year career. I have worked the last 25 years working for working families, improving wages so they can live in dignity, negotiated quality health care so families would not have to worry about how the bills will be paid and if and when the next illness or injury occurs. I have also negotiated quality pension plans for over 15,000 working Hoosiers so they will be able to retire in dignity and not be a burden to society when they do retire. As we move into the 21st century, let me be your voice in the Indiana State Legislature, House District 76. I appreciate your vote on November 3rd so your voice can be heard.
So now we'll hear from the candidates for Indiana State House District 78. Tonda Pauley's statement was taped in our studio, and Holli Sullivan's statement was provided by the candidate. House District 78 consists of portions of Vanderburgh and Warwick counties.
I am Tonda Pauley. I am the candidate for Indiana House District 78. In times like these, we need people who have spent their lives listening and advocating for others. We need leaders who are really public servants in every sense of the word. I am running because I believe in servant leadership. I am running because my faith drives me to serve my brothers and sisters and our community. I am an active member of Evansville Nazarene Missionary Baptist Church. I have served as state president of the Indiana Democrat African American Caucus, and I sit on the state Democrat Central Committee for the past 7 years. I fully support the state legislation to raise the minimum wage to $14 or $15 an hour. I am running to protect your access to health care. We are blessed in this community to have outstanding health care facilities. But if we do not have health insurance benefits, those and the treatments might be as well be 2 states away. I do not support our current state's fight to overturn the Affordable Health Care Act. I have served in various local government offices. I believe our government role is to serve the people and create an environment where all of us can thrive, especially our children. I am running to protect our public schools. We need to ensure that all our kids get a world-class education. This year, we have learned how critical our schools and teachers are. Students and teachers need support for an online learning, including expand access to broadband. I am running to protect our seniors so that they can stay in their homes and not make a decision between food and medicine. I am running to protect the right to vote. and have your vote counted. Throughout our history, men and women have put their lives on the line to protect and advance democracy. And we owe it to them and each other free and fair elections. I promise you that I will listen to your concerns, do the research, and explain to you why I voted for or against a bill. I am Tonda Pauley, candidate for House District 78, and I humbly ask for your vote.
Hello, my name is Holli Sullivan, and I'm your representative for State House District 78, which covers parts of Vanderburgh and Warwick counties. I'm a graduate of Castle High School, and I currently live on the north side of Evansville with my husband Chad and our 3 children, Dalton, Savannah, and Sawyer. I have a degree in industrial engineering, and I have worked as a manufacturing engineer for General Motors and Toyota, as well as consulted for the University of Southern Indiana's Center for Applied Research. I currently serve as the chairwoman of the Roads and Transportation Committee and a member of the House Ways and Means Committee. I am Southwest Indiana's representative on the Ways and Means Committee, which puts together Indiana's biennial budget. The Republican-led House has been fiscally responsible for the last decade by only passing honestly balanced budgets. Without this fiscal conservative leadership, Indiana would not have had the rainy day surplus that has been so key in fighting our COVID-19 pandemic. We have seen great gains for Southwest Indiana during my time on Ways and Means, with funding provided for our medical school, regional city grants, and many improvements for our regional Evansville airport. I believe one of the greatest responsibilities of your representative is to make sure that your hard-earned tax dollars go to work for you and not for big government. I am proud to have authored or co-authored bills which have improved the quality of life for Hoosier families. I co-authored House Bill 1002, which established a 20-year, fully funded plan for maintaining, repairing, and improving our roads and infrastructure. Our roads and infrastructure are one of Indiana's greatest assets, as we are the crossroads of America. This plan will allow us to take care of this key asset without passing any debt on to our children or our grandchildren. I am particularly proud of the bill I passed called the Safety Pin Bill, which has now reduced infant mortality rates to an all-time low in the state of Indiana. Recently, I authored and passed legislation which improves career and technical training and workforce development to assist Hoosiers in getting better and higher paying jobs. As proud as I am of all the work that we've done together, there is still so much more left to do. I want to return to the Indiana State House as your representative to continue to work on lowering health care and prescription costs for Hoosier families without changing the high-quality healthcare system we already have in place. I want to work on helping Indiana get back to work and returning our economy to its nationally ranked status that has recently been the envy of our Midwestern neighbors. I also want to ensure that Indiana remains a safe place to raise your family by maintaining law and order. I will work with law enforcement to keep our communities safe, and I am particularly honored to have been endorsed by the Indiana State Fraternal Order of Police. With your help, I am confident that we can get this and so much more done. Finally, on a personal note, I'm extremely honored to be on the ballot this year as we celebrate the 100th anniversary of the women's right to vote. I hope that you will join me in celebrating this historical occasion by taking your daughter, your mother, sister, aunt, or maybe your best friend with you to vote this year. I sincerely appreciate the trust that you have put in me to serve as your representative. I ask for your vote so that I can continue to work hard to be your voice in our state government. Thank you.
Thanks to all of the candidates for taking the time to participate, and thank you for joining us for WNIN's Local Election 2020 coverage. For more voting information about local and national races, check out WNIN.org, watch WNIN PBS, and listen to WNIN FM 88.3. I'm John Gibson for WNIN News.